strange locals who seem to have features somewhat like a shifter, but yet somewhat different. Their leader, Black Gulch, informed you that as travelers, you were to be guests for a feast for the full moon, and you were given a place to stay while everyone in the village seemingly was prepping this feast. They had taken the decapitated body of the giant ape that they helped you kill, presumably to prepare this feast. While you were waiting, you met an individual that just went by the blacksmith, who was offering a variety of scrounged magical items in exchange for services. The services were hunting contracts in which you would offered to perform tasks for the Beast Lord, who the blacksmith also referred to as Baphomet. 3 of you undertook these contracts. Asher and Hyde undertook a hunting contract. Harmony undertook a banishment contract, vowing to banish an enemy of Baphomet from this plane. And Fira refused a contract, which was to desecrate an untainted forest. You then traveled further north to the site of the feast, where you found that there was another group of travelers that was also being treated as a guest. As you got to the site, there was no fire, nothing to indicate that there was a feast being prepped. Instead, you found before you a giant patchwork body that had been created as this sort of giant idol to the demon lord Baphomet. The other strangers were executed at a table, which seemed to awaken whatever this monstrosity was, at which point you, surrounded by all these villagers, were pushed inside this ritualistic clearing where you were forced to fight for your lives. You found that villagers were running into the fray onto a series of runes and sacrificing their bodies to turn into a demonic form that would then begin empowering this idol through chanting. So you slayed quite a few villagers in demon form and otherwise, and finally Virgil, on the brink of death, just ripped this creature in half with a mind blast, which was something that no one knew he could do. So as we start this session, you are all now standing in silence amidst a massive group of these villagers who are just staring at you in awe as you've just slayed their idol.
Do they seem hostile or just stunned?
I mean, in the seconds thereafter, they seem just completely stunned. You watch as some of them fall to their knees, not in adoration of you, but just in pure anguish and despair. And you start to hear some beginning to weep.
Who wants some more?
Whoa. Okay, that's. I was gonna go.
Did you say that out loud?
Opposite way to that.
There's your god now.
Make an intimidation check, please.
My intimidation is not very good. 8. Did
With that,
use a lot of spells last?
It should have been marked on your sheet, and if it's not, then I fucked up, and I will pay the price. So you have full, whatever you have.
Can I do like half?
Just offered you full.
I know, but I feel like that seems unfair to everyone else.
So
I'll mark half.
For what it's worth, Ezra mostly ran around. I marked off some level 1 spells.
There's nothing marked off here. I'm marking those off right now.
Okay.
It's fine.
You can do what you want. I know that Ezra did not get hit, and for what it's worth, I did mostly cantrips because you weren't there.
Okay.
So.
Asher, you don't have any second levels.
At this moment, before anyone can do anything, Black Gulch, the leader of the group, steps forward, meeting Ezra's challenge. While you see many of the individuals are still just in awe of what has happened, Black Gulch's eyes just burn red with anger. And at this point, he takes the large headdress off, at which point, where you expect a somewhat humanoid head, you just see the head of a goat. And as he lifts his shawl, you see that he's got not 2 arms, but 4. With one, he holds a large spear-like glaive, and with the other, in his other hand, he's got Virgil, make an intelligence check.
Okay. Get my handy dandy dice. Intelligence. That's a straight roll. 17.
17.
Sorry,
You
did I freeze?
see
Yeah,
this.
17.
You see this band around his wrist that's got this stone-like circle on the front and back of it, just covering his wrist. And as he moves towards you, he clenches his fist, and 2 blades shoot out the side of this thing, and then go forward into almost like this 2-pronged, like Wolverine claw. This is actually an ancient. This is known as a Dawn Blade. This is an ancient weapon used by the Aasimar. Very few of these are out in existence because they are so old, and the knowledge to craft these have sort of been lost through the ages. So you get the sense that he did not get this by making it.
I limp towards Ezra. I am near death here. I'm bloody as can be.
Yeah, as Virgil does that, Black Gulch, eyeing Virgil limping towards Ezra, just says, "You are strong, but you are no immortals. We cannot allow you to leave after the heresy that we have just witnessed." And with that, you begin to hear monstrous howling and roars from all around you as the able-bodied and those that are beginning to be less emotionally shocked, that anguish is turning into rage and anger.
Okay, I would like to step in. Just quietly step in front of the group. You dare challenge me.
Okay.
You know who I am. These are my warriors. If you cross me, I will devour every single one of you.
Okay.
I'm next to them, looking pretty.
Okay. As a note, you guys are at this point creating like a defensive.
Yep.
You guys are completely surrounded, so you're in the central clearing,
Like
other
going
than
back to
Asher
back.
off to the side, and you guys are kind of back to back right now. Hyde, go ahead and make. Yes, Hyde, go ahead and make an intimidation check
Okay.
using your strength modifier.
Where?
Everyone is back to back right now? Close
Except for
together?
Asher. Asher's off on his own in a tree.
Okay. I'm gonna cast anti-life shell around us.
Okay.
What does that do?
14.
It is a barrier. It
Okay, so
keeps-
Ezra is concentrating.
Yeah, I'm concentrating on the barrier.
I
I don't
got
think
a
anyone can
14.
move out.
Okay.
Moving.
Ooh.
We're in.
Huh? What?
Hey, how large is the radius?
10 feet.
Is there anyone else looking pretty ratty like me?
I didn't get.
Looking pretty hurt.
Harmony and I. Can I cast 4th level healing word on Harmony and I? We'll twin spell it.
You're gonna twin spell it?
Yeah.
If you twin spell it, you cannot target yourself.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give it to Harmony. Just single spell, no twin spell.
Okay.
So 4d4 plus 5. All right, I'll roll for that. I'll let you know.
Okay. So as that happens, I'd like everyone to roll initiative because you guys just started casting.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll. Don't tell me what you got yet. Hyde, as you offer that challenge, Black Gulch responds, "Yes, I know of you. Another prodigal son of Cassian. This is your last chance as to throw in your lot with these dissidents of Baphomet will surely mean death." And with that,
Death will only come to you.
he looks at you almost for the first time with an intense, almost pleading in his eyes, and just says, "Come home, brother. Make us stronger. Let us make you stronger. This is your last chance."
As it is yours.
And with that, he cocks his head in disappointment and says out loud to the rest of the commune, "Preserve his flesh. It may yet be of use to us." What did you all roll for initiative? 15
I got
Fuck.
25.
21.
28.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm ready today.
14.
Someone said
Yeah,
21.
20.
Harmony.
Harmony got 21. 20, Fira?
24.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Wow. Hate to break
You're
the
ready
streak
to
here,
fight.
but,
Even below.
Yeah.
3 for me.
14.
Yeah, right.
And also, Virgil gets 18 points of healing. I'm gonna use a healing word on you.
Nice.
Oh, I could use it.
Yeah, Virgil's hurt, man.
All right.
You see this huge old gash in my shoulder just stitch up,
Right?
but it's still bloody as fuck.
You guys took a fucking beating that last
All
fight,
right.
man.
With this, you watch as Hyde is sort of distracting Black Gulch. You watch as the two healers begin muttering under their breath, and wounds of your party members are beginning to close. With that, Ezra begins a very powerful incantation, and you listen as this chorus of her voice begins to surround you, and there is now this purplish light that is sort of emanating from her area, yet not directly from her. And you guys are now creating your own shadows within this sphere.
Let me.
Ezra, can they move in and out of it?
No.
That's what I was wondering
We are
too.
in it.
Okay, so we just have to
So-
stay put.
Nothing can come in and out unless it is undead or construct.
Does it move around you?
Wow.
It does move with me.
Okay, so you guys
What
are
a
all
boss.
And
in,
also, you can cast spells and make ranged attacks through it, and you can reach your weapon through the barrier. So you can hit stuff outside,
amazing
and they cannot
person.
hit you.
Interesting.
Damn.
What a clutch way to start it.
Okay. Okay. Top of the round, Asher.
Are we in astral?
Yes, we can go to Astral now.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I need to see what I'm looking at here. See what I'm looking at here. That was a good sentence. Right?
We got
I'd love to, but I'm pushing. I got the
Gotta
music
run
playing,
away.
so I don't want to push it.
Maybe we should put Astral on the shared screen.
I could, but then
Oh, it'll show your stuff. Never mind.
show my
Yep.
stuff, and I may or may not have tricks.
That's all right. No worries. You guys know
You
me.
can watch the stream, the Twitch stream, I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to push his internet.
All right, well, fuck it. I'll tell you what. I will.
No worries. No. Just tell me where
I'll be
I
honest.
need to go.
It
It's a-
honestly probably will not matter that much. So
No worries. Just tell me like what I'll ask on my turn. What's my surroundings? I'll know what to do. I can visualize
No, that's
it.
fine. So I will share Astral.
Oh boy.
Okay. Okay, do you guys see Astral?
No.
I see a bunch of tabs up.
See a bunch of tabs up?
Yeah, on your internet.
Okay, let me try again.
That is the YouTube music.
There you
That's
go.
There we
Astro.
go. Now I see it. Whoa, that's cool.
Okay. So, top of the round, Asher, Hyde, Fira.
Okay, so where's this? Okay, so Black Gulch, the main bad
You don't have
guy.
line of sight on Black Gulch.
I don't.
This is difficult terrain and these are high trees.
So who do
You know
I
generally where he is because he was speaking and his voice was projecting, but
do I see this Minotaur?
you do. One is moving towards your group. They do not currently see you.
The Minotaurs don't see me.
What's that?
The Minotaur doesn't see me, number 2.
Doesn't appear to.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack it here.
Okay. Roll 3 attacks.
Damn.
And just tell me what they are.
17, 19, 17.
All hit.
Yeah.
Roll damage with sneak attack, and then tell me when you finish. Tell me what that is. Hyde and Fira, what are you doing right now?
Okay. I don't have any ranged attacks, so I will just. I'm just gonna get the hammer ready.
Okay. As
And
you reach
I'll,
for the hammer
Yeah.
and begin to fire it up,
Yeah.
it begins to kind of putter, and then it ignites. This thing
Okay.
is running on fumes.
Oh shit. That's true.
So
Fuck,
you
okay.
probably got a couple good hits in this thing.
Yeah.
but
I try not to waste them.
It does need to be recharged,
Yeah.
as you have not refilled it with holy water.
Okay. I'll rage now, just in case. Yeah. And that'll be my turn.
47.
47 points of damage. Okay. Do you want to stay there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay in the tree. I mean, how high am I?
About 10 feet?
Oh, you left the
Should I go a
circle?
little bit higher?
No.
He was never in it, Eddie. He was
Oh,
in the
gotcha,
tree.
gotcha.
I can't get higher than 10 feet.
No, these trees are not that tall.
Oh, I see him. Okay, you guys said I'd move all
I'll stay here.
his faces. Okay, you're way over there. Okay, gotcha.
That's going to bring us to... So with that, you watch as Asher, who is somewhere out there, you watch as this barrage of arrows just in this Minotaur that's beginning to charge towards you, who angrily now just looks up at Asher. He is bleeding. Okay. Hyde rages. Fira, what are you doing?
Where we're with 4 and 5, you see a sea hag coming out of the water.
Oh shit.
I see what?
You watch as Fira begins muttering an incantation. And as she does, you watch as, let me see, this form comes out of this water, this elderly woman that's got barnacles and mollusks kind of just on her body, who just comes out cackling of the water that begins to like swirl around her. Okay. What do you want your... Do you want me to control your sea hag?
Whatever's... If it's
Or-
easier for me to take it on, it's fine.
Okay, do you have the...
Yeah, I have the stuff up. Can she take her turn now?
Yeah,
Or
she'll
no?
take it when you go.
Okay, so... we'll have her... Claw Werewolf 5.
Okay. As a note, as she comes up, let's see. They need to make a saving throw just by looking at her.
By looking at her.
Yeah, I'll still be. I think it's an intimidation thing.
She has a
Holy
horrific
shit.
appearance.
Yep.
That's insane.
All my
That's cool.
friends are demons.
That's a fail. That's a natural 1. So, as these werewolves are beginning to swim towards you, this hag just comes out of the water, and you watch as the water begins swirling around them, almost making this thunderdome of like knee-high water around them. And the werewolves are just looking at her. They look at each other and they nod at one another to go for her, yet they cannot move toward her as they're both frightened. So you go to, make your attack.
That's 20 to hit.
Damn.
Okay, that hits.
Nine.
Okay, don't
points of
roll any damage. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, 9.
9 points of damage, okay. Thought you used the other thing. And I rolled a save and I didn't need to. Okay. Alright. That brings us to Black Gulch. Five, 10, 15. He's going to double dash towards you. And he is going to... That's all he's going to do for now. That brings us to werewolves 4 and 5. 5 is going to avert his gaze.
So it has disadvantage, right?
Although he's already frightened. So how does averting the gaze help? It doesn't matter, yeah. So he's at disadvantage. He's gonna try to hit. Natural 1. And 3. So it's going to miss. It just can't bring itself. It's just sitting there horrified. Werewolf 4 can't move towards the hag, but he can try to run away from it. It's swimming this way towards the group. That brings us to Harmony.
Okay, so I cannot push my way. Harmony's going to summon Dusk to her side and try to push her way out.
As
I
you
can't.
do, you touch a barrier that seems to be keeping you there.
And she's just going to look at Black Gulch and say, "Have you not had enough bloodshed already? Shall we kill your entire village, or will you just let us walk out of here?"
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
18.
18. Okay. With that, you watch as these 3 werewolves are hesitating. Black Gulch himself is just looking at you with resolve. Your words seem to fall on deaf ears. You get the sense that he is committed to killing you.
Is that my action to do?
I'll say that'd be a bonus action. Although I'd say with that, you get the sense that talking at this point is probably not going to get you much further.
That's fair enough. I will lower my weapon and like point the butt end at him, and two Eldritch Blast, two like shrieking spirits will shoot out at him if they can.
Okay.
If they can exit.
Yeah.
And I'll Eldritch Blast him twice. 18 to hit and 22 to hit.
Okay. Okay. You watch as the Eldritch energy fires out of the base end of Dusk. Instead of these kind of shadowy orbs that usually come out, there's this like almost purplish fireball like object that is created inside this anti-life shell, and it's moving slowly. Yet as it exits the precipice of it, that's when it picks up speed and fires off. As they both careen towards Black Gulch, you watch as in a swift movement, he holds out his wrist, and those two blades now split and begin to helicopter around, and he completely just eviscerates these two pieces of energy in the air, as he uses his reaction to parry.
That's cool.
That is going to bring us to the werewolves.
These are the same werewolves that are hesitating?
It is. They're going to lose their action, but they're going to get their movement. And they are going to shake it off and begin moving towards you, as kind of bolstered by their leader's martial prowess. So slowly closing in. Ezra, your turn.
I'm going to look at Black Gulch, and I'm going to say, I command you to put that weapon down. And I'm going to use command on him.
Okay. That is not great. He's going to use his first legendary resistance.
Motherfucker. Fucking hate these.
Shit.
Okay. And then I'm going to bonus action use Shillelagh on my staff.
Okay. As you command him, you watch as he briefly loses some of his resolve, and then you watch as his eyes burn brighter, and he shakes it off. You cast Shillelagh. The hexing stick in your hand begins to subtly vibrate, and this already tight little room you've created is now humming with whispers of the dead. That brings us to our Minotaurs. They're all going to charge. Actually, one of them's doing something else. This one is going to he's going to charge at Hyde with a goring attack. And I gotta figure out how this works.
While he's reading on that, Ezra, are we allowed to leave the barrier, or is it a physical barrier for us?
It's a physical barrier for everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Except for
So we can't
undead or
move it.
constructs. You can hit through it though.
Me and Asher died. Are we considered undead?
What was that?
Said me and Asher have died. Are we considered undead?
It's a DM question.
You get the sense that no, because you touched it.
That's right.
You guys can let me know if you want me to move anywhere to.
I'm not sure if we should just book it. Like how many villagers can we kill?
Okay. So with that,
Fucked.
this Minotaur slams its head against the shell, is not knocked prone, but he does take damage, as he just charged into essentially a concrete wall. These Minotaurs are not smart. They're all going to do the same thing. So they all take damage.
I'm holding on, guys.
Except for this Minotaur that is going to attempt to gore Asher.
In the tree?
Just gonna
I
try to
froze,
avoid
but
the
I'm
tree.
assuming you yelled in a tree? Question
Yeah.
mark. Yeah. It's large, so its actually head is about where your knees are.
We're gonna get kneecapped, bro.
I know. I should just
It
jump.
is going to run at you. It is going to go reckless. Let's see. 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, you take... You take... Oh, God. It's making me roll. 21 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
One of my favorite saving throw.
Who took a hit?
Asher.
I did.
Okay.
What's a 19 get me?
That's a save.
Awesome.
So it slams you into a tree. You got the wind knocked out of you and you briefly feel a little woozy as it pulls back, yet the tree behind you did not break, so it is just locked in with you here.
I'm confused. So it's in the tree with me? And it slammed me into the
It
tree?
jumped up and slammed you into
Okay.
the tree that you're hanging on to.
Okay.
That is going to bring us...
Sorry, I missed it. Did I take damage on my turn or on that turn?
No,
with the
you did
Minotaurs?
not.
Okay, cool.
Virgil, it is your go.
I'd like to look at the villagers. I know Harmony already tried this, but I'm gonna try again. And yell out, "Do not let the rage of one man decide whether you go home to see your families." And then at the end of that sentence, I'd like to cast Twin Spell Thaumaturgy to have two things happen. One, flames to flicker in our dome. And then also to have tremors. They're not damaging, but they're tremors in the ground around
Shit.
all the villagers. And I'll also say louder, "Our power will not allow us to die this day. I cannot say the same for you."
Damn.
It's scary, bro.
Intimidation of the gods,
Make
man.
an intimidation check with advantage.
Fucking love it.
Stands slightly taller. Raise your chest a little.
Oh my god, that's high. 21 total.
Yes.
21. For this round, no additional villagers seem at all interested in jumping into the fray.
My
Sweet.
last thing I will do is bonus action as these things are going off. Hyde, you feel something enter the palm of your hand as I get next to you. You see a flask of holy water.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. Attaboy, thank you. I was gonna say you put something in my hand, like God damn it, now isn't that time.
Warm.
It's his hand holding yours.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm scared. That's all I had. And that's my turn.
At this point, Asher,
Hmm?
you watch as you're facing off with this Minotaur, you see an individual sitting on a tree just across from you. Just very relaxed position, kind of like leaning back. He appears to be rolling up a cigarette right now.
Son of a bitch, I know who that is. That's we came across him before, I thought.
And he's just watching you, just kind of looking at you with curiosity, like, I wonder how he's going to get out of this one. And that brings us to you, Asher.
Okay, I'm gonna use Zephyr Strike, and I'm actually going to get out of this tree and go to the tree that he's in. next to him, and then take 2 shots at this Minotaur.
Okay. Take your shots. Hyde and Fira, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take a shot at the Minotaur that's right in front of me.
Okay.
19 and 21.
Both hit.
I don't know how to fill this fucking hammer, do I, with the holy water?
You screw it in.
Where's the nozzle?
Yeah, right.
An intelligence.
Oh no, my strength. Oh no, that's so good. I don't even want to say the number. An intelligence check. That's a 4.
4. You don't know how to fill this thing with holy water, but it's working right now, and there's a big
Yep.
angry thing in front
I'm
of
just
you.
yeah. I'm just gonna go at. I'm just gonna take a couple shots at it. All right. So let's see.
At least you have it now.
Is this
Right?
reckless?
Yeah. Yes. Always. So natural 18 plus
That
a
hits.
lot, so that hits. And that one was worse. Second one was a 12 total.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Or
for-
no, sorry, 13 total. Or
Go ahead and roll
no,
damage.
sorry, only 3. Okay, yeah.
Roll
First
damage
one
for
hit.
1.
Yep.
Asher,
34.
34. All right. As you leap over this thing, you actually jump on its head, kind of Goomba stomping it as you land on the other tree.
Sorry, that one got me.
2 quick shots. One gets it in the knee as it turns to assail you, and as it gets kind of pinned down to the ground, it looks up and roars, and as it does, one into the mouth, behind the pharynx, and into the brain, as it just and just kind of chokes, falling back, now just laying there, choking on its own blood, bleeding out.
As I land, shot.
25 points of damage.
25 points of damage. Minotaur 3. So Hyde, with that, you slam this thing as you actually, it's odd because you come over the top, slam it on the top of the head with the hammer, and then it almost sandwiches it between the hammer and the barrier.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like very weird physics interactions here. So it just
Yeah.
like, you slam it kind of almost towards yourself and down, and as you rear back for another shot, your hammer cuts out and it drops into the floor as you've lost propulsion.
Okay.
So, gotta hit him.
So that brings us to Fira.
But where's,
Go ahead.
where's the tree that I'm at now? Here. Okay. Nice.
All right. I'm gonna conjure a tidal wave to try to see if I could get Minotaur
Sure.
2, 3, maybe werewolf, whatever. I don't know what that one is. Like all the people in front of me, if they're within
Yeah, why not?
the wave.
God damn, Vera.
So 30 feet long, 10 feet wide,
Holy shit.
10 feet tall. So I don't know who
That's,
that would include.
that's fucking, yeah.
That would essentially hit just these 3 Minotaurs.
Okay.
They have to make a strength save, right? Or something like that.
Dexterity.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So you watch as the hag that has already got this water twisting around. You watch as Fira holds out her arms, and the water begins to lift out from this pond, all of the water. And as it's just sort of like, it's almost like this tidal wave is frozen, just like getting bigger and bigger and bigger before you. You see water falling and getting shot back up. And at one point you hear this like, and then for a brief second, there's just silence. And the snapping sound as it just rushes out of the pond. It's been completely emptied. I'm gonna make the hag and the werewolf make a save from this too.
What says conjure? Does that mean it just comes up out of nowhere?
a good
That's
question.
true. That's true. So with that, I'll say a heavy rainfall comes from nowhere as Fira goes full storm mode, and the droplets at some point just begin to suspend in the air, and she just conjures this large vessel of water before you, So you're aiming for what?
You said I could get Minotaur 4, 2, and 3?
Well, from here, you can, like... it's 10 feet wide, so it's more of like a super soaker type situation. So how do you want to aim this thing? You can hit a Minotaur and a werewolf, and then a Minotaur and Black Gulch.
Let's do Minotaur and Black Gulch.
Okay. Damn it, I was going to make you guys roll for this as well if it was coming from the pond, because it would also affect you guys. All right, Minotaur fails. Ooh, Black Gulch also fails. He's going to burn another legendary resistance to succeed.
What? The Minotaurs have legendary resistance?
No, Black Gulch.
Oh, I was going to say, what kind of bullshit is this?
All right, golden roll damage.
21.
You watch as the Minotaur just goes to attack Hyde, still not quite understanding the intricacies of an anti-life shell. When this geyser of water is shot out, as Fira conjures this, he gets shot back, and Black Gulch, with his 2 arms, just takes his elbow out and just knocks the Minotaur to the side as he gets launched over back here.
What?
Takes half that damage as he has chosen to succeed.
Well, the Minotaur would be prone, right?
It is prone.
Not prone. Okay.
All right. That brings us to Black Gulch.
Well, wouldn't it be does my hag take the turn right after me?
Yeah, you're right. The hag does.
Okay, so realizing that her claw attack didn't do much, she does the death stare or the death
Yes!
glare at the werewolf.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So with that, you watch as the hag, cackling this whole time, just grabs the werewolf by the sides of its cheeks almost and just looks at it. And she actually just presses her skull forehead to forehead against the wolf as her eyes are perfectly almost touching the eyes of the wolf.
Oh, fuck.
And with that, the wolf just kind of and just begins to make this weird choking sound. And you watch as it just sits there and decays.
Oh, fuck.
Its body just becomes emaciated and tiny, and it almost just turns into this dried raisin. And it's almost shrunken a little bit, to the point where the hag, now just cackling, grabs the skull of now this little shriveled baby and just throws it off onto the land over here. As
Damn.
he failed to save, and the death glare has brought it to 0 hit points.
Fuck,
It
that's
just kills
awesome.
things?
Yeah, it just one-shots it. If they fail,
Right.
it just one fucking shots it.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she turns and swims towards werewolf 4.
Okay, then it turns and just cackling swims towards the other werewolf.
I'd be so gone.
Turns
I'd be so
and begins
gone.
swimming faster.
I'd be gone, man.
Makes me realize I ain't shit.
This brings us to Black Gulch. Seeing that this spell that Ezra has conjured is causing so many problems,
Oh,
going to run towards this way. He slams into the anti-magic shell, or the anti-life shell, slams into it, takes his glaive, and with 2 of his 4 arms positions it, and tries to swipe at Ezra.
Is that a construct? It's a construct.
So it says affected creatures can still attack through it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
they just can't pass through it,
Yeah, they just
correct?
can't pass through it, yeah.
Wait, aren't the affected creatures the
I thought-
creatures inside of it?
Yeah, I thought it was
Nope.
the ones inside.
Nope.
It's at
affected
anyone.
creatures are anyone affected. That means anyone who's alive and not an undead or construct.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they can target you. Magic goes both ways, and weapons goes both ways. It's just his body cannot go in there.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
But what
Uh,
happens if she moves and he's
It'll
in
just
the way?
It'll just push him.
It
It'll
actually
end the
ends
spell. Yeah.
Oh, it will. Okay.
Oh,
I thought it was just push him.
So that brings us to, with this very uncanny speed, He is going to use his 6 attacks.
Fuck.
Damn.
I'm going to say, because
Harmony's.
you're at the edge of his reach, these are going to be at disadvantage. Harmony, what are you doing?
I'm going to use Manifest Wings on Ezra,
Yes.
and you can roll a d4 and add that to your AC.
Ooh.
Fantastic. Fuck yeah. I was working on a character with that.
Okay, so the first one is 22 to hit.
Right. I didn't roll very well. I got a 1 on the d4.
Oh.
Oof.
The second one misses. Ooh, you dodge a natural 20 with the third, but the third is a 24. So 2 hit you.
Okay.
25. 3 hit you. 12, that misses. So 2 missed, 3 hit you. It has 1 more attack. 14, does that miss?
That misses, yeah.
Okay, so 3 hit you, 3 miss. So you take 13 points of damage for each hit.
Okay. So I have to do 3 con saves. Okay. I'm good on the first one. Get on the second one. Get on the third one.
Okay.
Barely on the second one.
With this, you watch as Harmony, seeing Black Gulch moving towards Ezra with this large glaive, closes her eyes briefly, and you watch as Harmony's shadow almost swallows Ezra as these black wings kind of just hug her. And with that, Black Gulch is just moving with this. It looks like he's possessed. He's just sitting there like with these 4 arms, just like slicing and dicing through here, just manically. You take 39 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
But the anti-life shell is still up.
So, yeah.
And those of you who are spellcasters see this happening, and the thought occurs to you as you are literally surrounded by all forms of monstrosities. If this thing that Ezra's holding goes down, you guys are going to get swarmed pretty quickly. Keep that in mind. So, that brings us to werewolves 4 and 5. Oh, 4's gonna fucking dash.
He's like, get the fuck away from me.
Makes it to the edge of the water and begins clawing out, because he does not have a swimming speed.
Doesn't he have to do a wisdom saving throw?
Does he get one every turn?
If it's...
He can, I think, every turn.
If he does, he failed. Okay. That's going to bring us to Harmony.
Okay, what is my fucking roll? Shit, okay. I'm going to...
What are you doing, Harmony?
Yeah, this sucks. I can't do anything because this anti-life shell's up. Is Black Gulch within reach? Can I reach him with the 5-foot reach?
You could. You got to get up right to the edge.
Okay, I'll shoulder my way towards him and say, Ezra, drop this fucking thing. We're surrounded. And then I'll take a swipe at him.
Okay.
Natural 19.
Too bad he's not cursed.
So that's 27 to hit. And then 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so that is...
You are breathing into the mic.
Is that me?
No, Eddie.
18 plus 24, 30, 42?
Yes.
42 points
42
of
points
damage.
of damage. as he's just sitting there slicing and dicing, Harmony, you run towards Black Gulch and just nail him in the abdomen with a solid blunt hit from Dusk, and then go into an uppercut using the sharp talon edge. And with that, you watch as you kind of split the ram skull that is kind of makes up his head open. And you watch as this spout of blood shoots off as he staggers back. And then you watch as these tendrils just kind of stitch it back together. Okay, that brings us to these wolves. They have natural weapons, so they cannot. They're just slashing. This is like Avengers Infinity War when you have the monsters like trying to get through the shields. Like that's what you have right here. The werewolves cannot get through. That brings us to Ezra.
I'm gonna look at Harmony and be like, "You want me to let this down while we're surrounded?"
I don't know. Maybe we should run. We've got to make a decision now.
We can
At this
run
point,
with this
it's almost hard to see as you are pretty much completely surrounded.
We can walk away. I can literally walk away from this right now.
That's your
I'm
call.
gonna start
That's
moving.
your turn.
I'm gonna start moving. I'm gonna start moving this way. But people gotta stay with me because if you don't, this thing's gonna go down.
Okay. So Ezra, you're calling out a move. I'm gonna say it's gonna be your action to coordinate this.
That's fine. I'll do that.
And then I'll say at the beginning of your next turn, if it's still up, you can all move in sync. If everyone elects to do so.
That's gonna be a bonus action or an action to do.
An action to coordinate this whole thing, yeah.
Okay.
But it allows everyone else to do it without losing their action.
Got you.
Okay.
Got you. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll use my action to do that, and I'll use my bonus action to not do anything. I'm not gonna do anything with my bonus action.
Okay. That brings us to the Minotaurs. This one is going to pull out a great axe and just take a wild swipe at Fira. Reckless. That is 20 to hit.
That hits.
You take 11 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
And I need you to make I believe the hag's concentration.
Yeah. Concentration check.
This one is going to run over this way and swing at Virgil for a 21.
21 definitely hits.
I got 10.
So his attack can go through the barrier, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Weapons can. You take 15 points of slashing damage, Virgil.
Okay. Virgil, that shoulder wound that was already stitched up has just burst open again and bleeding.
With this, the Minotaur just swipes down, breaking Virgil's clavicle into that, like right into that same wound, and tries to reach to grab him, and he can't get through, so he's just pounding on the side of this shell, and is actually just realizing he can't do that, just takes the axe and just tries to bury it deeper in Virgil, kind of bringing him down to his knees, laughing as he does it. That brings us to you, Virgil.
Virgil holding his shoulder and
With the axe still embedded in you.
yeah, he's just he's gonna burn a 3rd level spell to get 3 sorcery points. So let me just put that in there. And then he's going to twin spell Guardian of Faith. While looking at him in the eye, you see his eyes glowing and basically emanating right behind Werewolf. I can't read the numbers, but Werewolf Minotaur 4 maybe? There it is. Yep. Right there, and one right over here. Cornering Werewolf 2 and Black Gulch. 2 right there.
Okay.
And if
God.
they move or attack, they get swiped at.
You get swiped at. Okay. That brings us to top of the round, Asher.
You muted.
You're muted.
So that Minotaur died, so the Hunter's Mark is going to Minotaur 3.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take 2 shots of that motherfucker. 15, 24.
Okay, both hit. Go and roll damage.
Alex, if anyone's within 10 feet of either one, just keep in mind, and then we'll talk about damage.
Okay. As you begin firing off, the stranger looks at you and just says, "Wow. For such a young man, you reek of death."
I'm Asher, and you are...
That's all you have time for after you take your shots.
Yeah. $35 points of damage.
35 points of damage.
This Hunter's Mark is...
No joke.
How do you want to do this?
As the guy's saying that, I'm like, yeah, I'm Asher, just not even looking. You know,
as you do, he looks back and goes, "Ooh, nice shot. Very impressive, young man." That's it. That brings us to the stranger's turn. As all this happens, he just says, "Well, what do you say, Asher? Should we kill all of them?"
I mean, I'm just trying to protect my friends. If they're gonna flee, let them go.
And with that, you see this toothy grin as he pulls out this very beautifully made katana that's got these runes on them. He just says, "Well, let's get them to flee." And with that, in a puff of smoke, he vanishes.
Uh-oh.
And you just hear clashing of swords and blades and screams of pain coming from the south as he's just working his way around the circumference.
So cool.
Is that the fucking traveler?
That brings us to Hyde
Is it the train?
and Fira.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to put the hammer away since it seems to be out of gas and I don't know how to refill the shit. And go full shifter form.
Mm-hmm.
Just go full fucking crazy. Do I need to roll to see which?
No.
Okay. So then I'm going to use my tail attack twice on the Black Gulch or whatever his name is.
Okay.
Let me think. Fuck it. Let's go reckless. I want to make sure this hits. I'm probably gonna hit anyway, so. Let's see. That's gonna hit. That's a natural 19. So
Okay.
that's a critical.
As a note,
Yeah.
as you swing your tail, your
Yeah.
tail smashes into the side of the anti-life shell, and you make no purchase.
I thought we could pass through it.
Your
Only
physical
weapons
body
could?
cannot.
Not physical
Fuck.
bodies.
Oh, what a
Damn. Okay.
contract.
Since that one fails, then I'll just bust out the mace that I picked up and fucking take a shot with that.
Sure.
Yeah, reckless. Fuck it. Why not? Damn it. That might not hit. 13.
13 with that, you take the mace and go to swing at Black Gulch,
Oh.
and you just kind of, as you swing, he just kind of parries it away with the glaive. No purchases made.
Okay. That'll be my turn. And
you're
now I'll
gonna
move
move with
towards.
Ezra.
Yeah, I'll move towards Ezra. Yeah.
Okay, Fira.
I'm gonna call lightning on Minotaur 4 and 2 if I can get them both.
I imagine she looks like Storm from
Pretty
Ghost
much.
Hunters.
Right.
Hold on to
Hellslinger.
something.
Okay, I rolled. That's a fail. Ooh, natural 20. Go ahead and roll
Ooh.
damage. As a note, your hag, is that concentration?
Yes, I got 10 on the other one.
Okay, that would have succeeded.
Okay, then she's still up.
But with Call Lightning, she's not.
Oh, you're right. God damn it. Never mind. I don't want to do that. I'll just do another tidal wave with the same water that was spread out. I'll recollect it.
Okay. Who do you want to hit?
Minotaur 4 and 2.
As a note, you can start it from anywhere. It doesn't say you have to start it from yourself, which means you can hit the werewolf, these two minotaurs.
Would it avoid us in the inner shell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could hit their werewolf too. Get this line.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm rolling ass. Not a single one above 10. Neat. Go ahead and roll full damage. And they're prone too. Full damage?
That is 17.
Actually, these guys they just get knocked down. They stay in the same spot. This one gets knocked into this one. Okay. 17 points of damage.
And the hag will be doing the death flare at the werewolf 4.
What, did any of them move away from the Greater Sentinel?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't technically move them.
Okay.
Okay. That brings us to Black Gulch.
Does the werewolf save on it?
No, they all failed.
No, the one by the hag.
Yeah. Oh, the Death Glare?
Yeah.
He fails.
I would do
Plus
Black
0 was-
Gulch.
And I'll have her swim or like crawl her way towards Black Gulch as far as she could get.
You can get over here.
Okay.
Just
Can
do
that actually
everybody.
one-shot anything?
In theory, it has to fail 2 saves, and the save is not that high.
Oh, okay.
Black Gulch is going to move away from the Sentinel to get within 10 feet of Ezra.
Okay, it's a dex save.
That's pretty high. Natural 18.
Oh, yep, he saves. So he only takes 10 points of radiant damage.
10 points of radiant damage. The damage seems to do more than you would expect. As it slices across his back, and even though he dodges most of the brunt of the blow, it's almost like just the tip of the sword that managed to pierce his flesh begins to burn about 3 inches deeper. Almost like he's like flammable to whatever energy the Guardian unleashed. He is going to take a full round of multi-attacks on Ezra again. Natural 1. Natural 3, which misses. Natural 20 to a 17.
17 to hit?
Yeah.
That misses.
Another natural 1. Keep in mind, these are at disadvantage. 15.
Does not hit.
That's 5 misses.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. Another natural 20 down to unnatural 20.
I will use Manifest Wings you can roll a d4.
Oh, come on. Oh, 21. Crazy. I got a 3.
Nice.
Black Gulch is just making these wild attacks. With this, you watch us hide actually has one end of the glaive and is like battling with him to keep it away from Ezra. And with that, he pulls the glaive out and goes for one swing off the top. And you watch as, in a cross shape, these two shadow-like dragon wings shoot up from Harmony. Like they fold across Harmony's body and shoot up and just catch the glaive outside of the anti-life shell.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna look at Harmony, totally terrified.
Come on, we've got to get out of here.
With that, they're just locked in. Black Gulch is looking furious. He is going to quicken spell cast a spell on Ezra. So with this frustration, you watch as two of his arms are holding this glaive, and you watch as he begins almost possessed, muttering this incantation, and his offhand just begins to like he's knitting something together. Okay, so with that, Ezra, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck, is it Soul Cage or some shit?
$11.
Okay. Okay. Make another concentration check for the damage you're about to take. I missed it. What was it?
9.
How much?
9. I'm gonna fail that.
Okay. You take 35 points of fire damage,
Yeah.
and you are lit on fire.
I'm down.
Okay. You watch as
That's not
Ezra
good.
screams and falls down, still on fire. And you watch as Black Gulch, his eyes are burning red with concentration, just looking down at Ezra, just attempting to burn her to ash at this point. That brings us to werewolves 4 and 5. The shell is now down. They're going to rush in. Dex save.
Dex save, yeah.
18 for one and 10 for the other.
So one gets 10 points of radiant, the other gets 20.
Okay. They get slashed, but still move towards Hyde, who went reckless. Natural 18 for one. And then, so you're going to take 3 hits, Hyde. Okay, so I'm going to say take 9. 22 halved to 11 total, as these wolves are just bearing into you. Harmony.
Who comes after me?
The wolves.
Okay. Shit. I'm going to step over Harmony and into Black Gulch's space and sort of give him like an uppercut shoulder and then take 2 swipes at him.
Okay.
To sort of create space between him and Harmony.
You mean Ezra?
Yeah. 25 for the first one. 18 for the second one.
Okay, both hit.
Okay. That's max damage. 24 plus 30. 24 plus 34. 58.
8 points
Holy
of damage.
shit.
One was a 24 and one was a 34?
I rolled 2 12s and it's plus 17 for
Sure.
each hit.
Okay. So he makes the first concentration check on immolation. Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. So each damage would be like 30 something.
Well, it was 24 and 34. So for the second, he fails the concentration check. He's going to use his final legendary resistance to keep it up. So Ezra is still currently screaming and burning in flames. That brings us to the final werewolf. It's going to attack Fira.
Does it have to roll a dex save?
It does. 10.
That fails. 20 points of radiant.
20 points of radiant. Okay. Ooh, it's pretty hurt. Okay. Multi-attack on Fira. An advantage due to pack tactics. Natural 19. Ooh, natural 18. Shit rolls.
Which miniature is it?
It's the werewolf. You take 10 points of damage from the werewolf. 2 concentration checks, please.
Are the flames that are eating Ezra, I imagine, magical in nature? These are magical flames.
Yes.
I got 6 and 22.
Okay, so the hag is down.
Shit's going sideways.
With that, the hag just like disappears into just this slosh of water. Okay. That brings us to Ezra. I need you to make a...
Do I fail automatically because of the flames, or?
Ask again. I don't think he heard you.
I'm not taking damage on my turn or anything.
Well. You are.
Shit.
I'm nervous.
Right.
Go ahead and make your death save, though.
That's a success.
Okay.
So I have 1 failure and 1 success then?
Yes.
Okay.
You also take 15 points of fire damage.
I'm down.
Right.
I'm out.
So 1 fail, 1 success.
Yeah.
That brings us to Minotaur 6. Or no, just the Minotaurs.
I can't see if any of them are in that.
You know,
I'll leave it
just
to
a
you.
big
We're all
ball of
bunch of
death.
I don't know. If there are any of them within 10 feet, if not, all good.
This one's going to attack Fira. This one's going to attack Virgil. Reckless. 14 to hit. Virgil?
For me?
14's my AC.
Okay. Fira. 16 to hit.
That's Macy.
Virgil, you take 8 points of slashing damage.
Oh my god, bro! I'm at 1 health.
Oh my god.
I'm so. I'm going through it, guys.
Fira, you take 9 points of slashing damage.
Emotionally,
Okay.
physically.
You're still up here?
Really?
Oh god.
Virgil.
Good.
Is my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take one of them with you, buddy.
I don't know if running away is an option anymore. You probably should have.
Okay,
put
well,
that
I have to
anti-life
I'm gonna-
thing down.
Seeing Ezra being burned alive triggers a really, really primal rage within Virgil. He's gonna go Scourge.
Good.
There we go.
That's going to be your bonus action
It's my bonus action.
to go Scourge.
Am I near Black Gulch melee range?
You would have to.
I mean, I know we're all like bundled together. I don't know if I'm close.
You'd have to exit. You're not close enough. He's like 15 feet away, and you'd have to exit melee with the second Minotaur.
Do they
Is there
take
a
damage from
chance-
Scourge?
They do. They take like three points of damage.
So you go Scourge.
Is there a way to
Ezra, you fail another death saving throw.
now as I disengage or not disengage, run away? Is there a chance he could miss with his opportunity attack?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going Hail Mary. I'm trying to run as fast as I can to Black Gulch to get into melee range for a Scourge strike, and we'll see if I even get close.
A natural 1,
Oh,
but it is reckless.
did you get like a natty or something?
Like a natty.
Is it a natty? It looks like a natty.
I can't see.
2.
That looks
Is
like
that
one.
a 2?
Is that a 2?
I got a 1 and a 2.
Oh no.
Yes!
The odds of you dying in that situation are so fucking high.
Oh my god.
I'm a little tilted.
So,
Holy
just
shit.
for like theatrics sake,
Oh.
Minotaur 2 is trying to swipe, and Virgil with this, you don't see him rage out. This is actually the first time you actually see him rage, and he just moves his hand aside to the axe, probably damaging his hand a little bit, but running towards.
So with that, Virgil grabs the axe. His own blood, just golden and radiant, is leaking down from where he's grabbing it, and running on I don't know what, runs past Ezra and Harmony, who both took damage. You take 3 points of radiant damage from his aura. So Ezra failed to save. Harmony, you lose 3 hit points.
Can't like sidestep it.
So I'm going to smite, but we're gonna elevate it.
You gotta hit first.
That's right. You're right. 21.
21 hits.
Eat a fucking
Okay.
dick.
Is he a fiend
Did you guys
or
see that
undead?
slow blink that Alex did right there?
He would be considered a fiend.
Oh, that's another D8. Okay.
Yes.
So that's 2d8 plus the last 4 sorcery points I have. So that's 6d8 plus 5. Let me find my d8.
So, Virgil, as Black Gulch is...
I'm gonna listen, but I'm gonna roll too.
Yeah, please roll. As you're running towards Black Gulch is looking at Ezra down in flames. Hyde, you are now almost being held by these 2 werewolves. He looks at you directly, and he just says,
Oh.
You froze, buddy. Say it again.
No, right when he said it too.
I know where I'm going. And as that happens, Virgil rushes up and just plunges his thumbs into his eyes. How much damage did you do?
I got 36 total.
36 total?
Yeah.
He's vulnerable to radiant damage,
He is.
so that turns into 72 points of damage.
Holy fuck.
Please tell me he exploded.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yes. I'm going to grab him by the kind of like I'm gonna gouge his eyes, but I'm just gonna put my thumb on his eyelids there, and then this is gonna be a slow build, and I'm gonna whisper in his ear, "How does it feel to burn?" And I'm just gonna engulf him until he's dead,
So,
and still gonna keep engulfing him.
This whole scene is just turned into a shadow puppet show as this blinding light just comes out of this area here, as from his eyes, his mouth, Black Gulch is just hollowed out by this burning light. You just disinfected him. With
Bless
that,
soul. To the
you
soul.
kind of pull your hands away. Your own hands are seared by your own radiant damage at this point. You kind of pull your hands back, shaking. At which point, Black Gulch falls to his knees, smoke coming out of his eyes. You feel that there should be no like no vital organs, anything viable within him. Yet, with these hollowed out husks of eyes, just burnt little sockets, he looks at Hyde, and before he goes down, just says, "Who's going to be waiting for you?" And falls to the ground, unmoving.
Holy shit.
With that, there is silence.
Are the flames extinguished, I'm assuming?
They are.
Unaware of what's going to happen, if they're going to attack or not, Virgil falls to his knees. And like his hair is like overflowing his face. You can't see his face, but he's like trembling.
Yeah.
Presumably looking at the corpse of what was the man he just burned inside and out.
That brings us to Asher.
Muted.
Astonished, I'm going to move Hunter's Mark to Minotaur 2. And until something happens, I'm going to continue firing his bow at people. So, that is 30, 29.
Both hit.
Okay.
With your modifier alone, that'd be enough. So how do you want to do this?
You can do it.
Okay. With that, as a note, both the three werewolves are beginning to run away. The two minotaurs look like they're blinded by rage, and they're still trying to kill you all. One of them, first, there's this brief second where it's silent, and the minotaur, one of them just begins huffing, and just picks up his axe that Virgil had dropped, and then gets behind Virgil, holding it, just ready to execute him. And with that, there's one shot through the throat, and the other through one of the eyes, as it falls back dead.
Legolas, them nice.
Okay, that brings us to Hyde.
So the werewolves you said ran, right?
They're beginning to run away. It's just the minotaur that looks like it's keen on destroying you all.
Okay, I'm gonna charge the minotaur then.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna interpose myself between him and Ezra,
Okay.
and just start fucking tearing him apart.
Okay. Roll your attacks. That brings us to Fira. What are you doing as he's doing that?
And reckless
I'm
too, just so
gonna-
you know. Yeah.
Try to get Ezra out of there, so I'm gonna wild shape into a giant eagle and fly away towards Asher.
You would know that being unconscious, and Ezra's actively bleeding out. So you get the sense that she may require medical attention before anything else, and that moving her might make her worse.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry,
I'll do...
25, 15, and 27 for my attacks.
All of them hit. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll damage and make the total.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on her.
Okay.
Oof.
Jackie, for the hell of it, what would that death save have been?
Let's see.
25 points of
Two.
damage.
Would have been a 2.
That's
Saving
9
lives.
Awesome, thank you.
healing.
I'm gonna get up. Oh my god, what
That-
happened?
With that, Hyde, or Ezra, your eyes blink open as you look at Hyde, as you look at a minotaur kind of getting ready to bear down on you, and Hyde just like tackles it out of the way, reaches into its throat, and just pulls its throat out.
Okay.
And with that, that falls down to the floor, bleeding out. The werewolves at this point are running away, and you are now sitting in the middle of this clearing in silence.
Oh.
Do I see this stranger anywhere?
Make a perception check.
Harmony will help Ezra up, help Fira, help Ezra up, or whatever. And she'll use her healing hands. You gain 9 points of healing, Ezra.
So thank you.
Well,
Well, as you are looking around, you hear the sound of a blade kind of squelching against flesh, and you turn and you watch as this stranger is pulling his sword out of what looks like one of those coyote demons.
mm,
As he takes it, he just kind of, in a swift movement, swipes it, and these flecks of blood are scattered across the floor, and the sword is just glistening clean at this point.
Can I go to him?
As you approach him, his sword looks very obviously not magical. He's just wearing a black coat, dark leathers. He's got a variety of odd trinkets kind of hanging across a belt. And it looks like the area is pretty much cleared out. As you look around, you see maybe 10 fallen villagers, demons alike, just kind of scattered around him.
Wow, you made quick work of them, friend. I extend a hand in a handshake gesture.
He looks at you curiously, shakes your hand, and just says, "And what kind of odd creature are you, I wonder?"
You've never seen a cat before?
And he kind of just stammers and just nods and just says, well shot, friend. And just kind of gives you a pat on the head and begins moving past you towards the rest of your group.
I'll follow in behind him.
As this stranger approaches you all, what are you all doing?
Virgil is still on his knees looking at the body.
Yeah,
Is the head intact?
The head is intact.
Okay.
I'm staying on the lookout, just kind of staying alert to everything. I want to look at my the placator and see if I can figure out how to load this fucking thing.
After enough time, you fuck with it. You find the little canister where you can load it.
Okay.
As you unleash the valve, this hot steam comes out.
Yeah.
And this just smell of burning carbon.
Okay.
You get the sense that this thing was real low, and you probably shouldn't let it get that low.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you fill it up, and as you do, some of the holy water burns off as you fill it. As I'd say, Ezra and Asher. No. I'd say Virgil. No, not Virgil. Harmony. Harmony and Ezra, make a perception check.
Okay. 14.
10.
Ezra, you notice this individual approaches you. As Hyde refills his canister and that steam shoots up, he stops abruptly and just kind of moves his head back instinctually.
Okay.
He continues on, "Well, that was quite dramatic."
Should we be talking right now? I feel like it's only a matter of time before they all eat us.
Yeah, we need to move.
With that, he looks down and just says, "I'd say that you left quite the impression, but perhaps you're right."
Just in case. And Harmony bends down and pulls out the guy's head, and I'd like to chop off his head.
Okay. With that, you take your maul/talon and just
It's
sure
messy.
enough. Yeah.
Is
You get it in
To
a
the
clean shot.
wait
One
to
question.
to the leader, Black Gulch.
As Harmony does this, I look up at her. I look exhausted, by the way. I'm at 1 health. But I look at her just shocked at the action, and like a pleading gaze, but I'm not sure. The pleading gaze is, who knows what that's directed at. He just looks pleading.
I would say, Virgil, you don't even have time, as you're just kind of spacing out looking at this body. You just watch as its head is just severed from the body.
Oh no, I didn't stop.
That kind of that shakes you out of whatever trance you were in, and you look at her.
It might be useful. And I place a hand on your chest, and you heal 12 points of 12.
With that healing, I get some sort of semblance of myself, and then I remember the Asimar weapon that he was wielding. Is it still there?
Yeah, you go over and you pull it off his wrist.
Yeah.
You inspect it.
If there's time to inspect it, otherwise I'll just pocket it and inspect it later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's time. You look at it. As you look over it, there are these runes in Asimar that have very obviously been desecrated. You kind of shudder to think of the abyssal profanities that have been etched into this thing. This is very clearly a mockery of Celestials and certainly Asimar.
I see the desecration, and I put it up to my forehead, and almost like a prayer, I whisper, "We will find our path again." And I pocket it.
Can I take the glaive?
Yeah.
And I just swoops in. This is mine.
Sorry.
Go over and pick up the glaive. It's a very crude weapon. There doesn't appear to be anything innately special about it, other than it's very heavy.
Okay.
You also note that there are not 2, but 4 handholds on it.
Jesus.
Can I retrieve any arrows that are salvageable?
Yeah. After you start looking around for arrows.
I will also help him pick up some arrows in true Virgil.
I just figure since everybody's
You guys
taking
are all
souvenirs,
just
I might as
running
well
around
grab something.
scrounging. The stranger just says, not the talking type, I see.
Yeah, Virgil just needs something to do. He'll pick up arrows.
Were you, Harmony will say, this is the guy who initially spoke to us, right? He came up.
He is, and Harmony, as you approach him, you do notice what you didn't notice before is you get a little shy, as he is impossibly good looking.
I want to go up to Virgil and put a hand on his shoulder, seeing that he's fairly distraught after what he just had to do.
I put my hand on your hand and I say, I had to do it. Right, Hyde?
Sometimes your hand is forced, but it's for a good reason.
I'm scared, Hyde, that I may
Fear for
have-
loved ones.
I'm
There's nothing
scared
wrong about that.
that I may have enjoyed it too much.
Hey, buddy.
Who's the buddy to?
The guy who hasn't told me his name yet, even though I've asked twice.
He already introduced himself, I believe.
And with that, he kind of slyly looks at Harmony and then looks back at Asher.
Hey, what do you mean I have the stench of death?
He says, well, you all do.
Like,
Can't you smell it?
I think that's just my clothes burning.
That's just my skin.
He says, no, it's beyond the scent of blood and grime and filth that you're all bathed in. Death. Death and fate.
are death and fate the same thing?
No, they are not.
Were you guided here, or did you come here willingly?
I, like you, was waylaid. I did not mean to stop here, yet I found it too amusing not to play along. The last group of companions I had didn't fare as well, and just kind of clears his throat as he looks over towards the table where they were all executed. But with that, he just says, well, you live and you learn. You, however, fared much better than I anticipated. As I said, death and fate.
So what's your thing? What's your deal? What do you do?
It's your kink, man.
You're obviously good with that katana.
In the past, I've been known to be a bit of a swordsman. Now I'm looking for someone. Got some unfinished business.
What are you looking for?
God. Or the devil, depending on who you ask.
Can't you just pray?
Well, I could, but... And then with that, he gives you a sly wink and just says, but then he'd see me coming.
Okay.
So what's your beef with God or the devil, depending on your point of view?
Let's call it false imprisonment and leave it at that. Asher, I'd like you to make a... Let me see. Oh, Jesus. Actually, I would just say Ezra and Asher and Fira. You notice that this individual is not moving one of his arms very much. It's kind of just like sitting to his side. Or it's moving very slowly when he does move it. And he's got this sort of paleness to him, to the point where on one side of his face, you can almost see like the veins underneath his skin. And as he's closer, you can feel this cold aura coming from him.
Can you describe his appearance one more time? Like his facial... Is he human looking?
He looks just human, but
Okay.
he looks like suspiciously handsome, like cologne commercial. He's got kind of very well kept facial hair and sort of long ragged hair that kind of goes back into what's drawn into kind of a ponytail, but it's messy where he has like strands of hair kind of covering parts of his face. Other than that, he's wearing very clean looking leathers, and he's got a very well made sword that he doesn't, like many of you, he doesn't appear to have like very obvious magic items on him.
Okay.
His I will say his outfit is very odd looking. It does not look very modern. That's it. It looks like something that was maybe handmade.
Where are you from? What are you? You're not
I'm-
human.
What makes you say that?
You seem very scared of that holy water. You don't want that touching you? It'll hurt.
I'm sorry.
Oh, just because you're a vampire doesn't mean you're not human.
I can assure you I'm not a vampire. I'm very much
Vampires.
alive. I'm sorry, young miss. Have we gotten off on the wrong foot?
No,
That's just Ezra.
I just like to know who we're talking to, or what it is we're talking to.
Well, perhaps you'd all like to explain to me why you seem to have a curse of death upon all of you. Except for you, of course, looking at Harmony. And he says, yet you...
I've already had it fulfilled.
Yeah, you've got
Does
a...
that, I got double cursed?
He waves his hand over you and he says, you've got a whole other thing going. I like it.
So, what is your real name? Because I have already forgotten the fake one you gave us when we first met.
I gave no fake name. My friends call me Levi.
Well, Levi, where do you plan on going from here? We're heading north.
I'm heading west.
Maybe we'll meet again.
Perhaps. If you ever feel like you want to be a part of something greater, maybe you could help me on my quest someday.
Where could we meet you?
A little place called Cinder Hill. I hear that's where the devil lives.
I pull up my map on my little pad, and I was like, "Could you mark it on my map?"
He takes a hand and points over here.
Oh shit.
That's
All right.
It's Hawaii.
Devil's in Hawaii.
Cool. Well, what did you get in prison for? Falsely.
He said, if you ever need anything,
Completely ignores it.
and he kind of moves past Asher, now moving more towards Harmony, who seems to be kind of the focus of his attention. This little, it's strange. There's this little like pulse of this cold energy as he, almost like a little sleight of hand, manifests this business card and hands it to you.
Magic.
He says, if you ever need any assistance, even though I am far, all you have to do is make a wish. And he hands it to you.
Oh. Okay. I'll stash it away. I'm not gonna look at it right now. Harmony gives him a sly wink and just turns around.
And with that, he just kind of calls out and just says, strange times. Strange alliances to be made and strange tidings for the road to come. I do hope we see each other again. It's been wildly entertaining. Watch you navigate through this, and just kind of looks around carnage. And with that, he just says, happy travels.
Bye, Levi.
May the traveler guide your path.
He just looks at you and says, is that supposed to mean something to me?
I don't know. I was saying if you'd have a reaction, but you didn't. I don't even know what that means.
Strange tidings indeed. And with that, turns and begins walking away.
DM question.
Yes.
What would affect holy water? Like, what kind of?
Make a... Well, you would know this. Generally speaking, fiends and undead.
Fiends and undead.
To a much lesser extent, certain fae.
As he's walking away, I want to use Eyes of the Grave.
Okay. Your eyes flash white. Nothing.
Okay. So you said fiend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll let the group know.
Hmm.
He's a devil.
Interesting.
Harmony and Ezra, make a religion check.
Wonder if it's
18.
daddy issues. Natural 18. 21.
21. Harmony, there's something about this that's just kind of eating at you. First off, the notion that the demon prince Baphomet seems to have as much influence as he does on the material plane on your home continent is very, very disconcerting. Yet it seems like every which way there seems to be some kind of it's almost like the year 2020, where like any one of these things in and of itself would be potentially disastrous. Yet it seems like all these things are happening at the same time. And it is getting to a point where even as you travel with this party, and as you mentioned death and fate, you get the sense that it's like there's something about all this that is not coincidence, and we're meeting some like big dick players. And the thought crosses your mind like, is this just some fast talking shit kicking devil who just thinks very highly of himself? Or is this something that warrants further investigation? That's just something that's where you're getting the sense that maybe this is something worth looking into, whether it's through research or something else that you could dig up.
Okay.
And something about his story sounds, I don't know, familiar, but you can't put a finger on it.
Harmony will pull out the book and that she wrote Fire Mage in, and she will just write Lost Devil, and then she'll sort of circle it on one of, just take up a whole page and close it.
Could I see her do that? Would I see that?
With your perception, yeah.
Yeah, his name was Levi.
I know what his name was.
Sorry. Just, I mean, who knows if we're going to run into another lost devil or not? You know.
It's more of just a simple.
With this howling coming from the south.
You what?
Wait, what? What?
You begin to hear howling coming from the south.
Yeah, maybe we should get the hell out of here.
Yeah, the werewolves might be coming back.
Yeah.
Let's run.
We should, make our way north.
How are you looking, Vera, health-wise?
I would say 1/6 of my HP.
Damn.
I'm just waiting to rest somewhere, and then I'll be fine.
I'll go ahead and throw a
See some
healing
sleep.
word at her. It's gonna be 16 points. Just in
Yay.
case.
Are there any wooden pikes or something as we leave the encampment around the battle site where we fought?
There are some pikes where it appears that these strange idols that appear to be like bodies of other travelers, like partially, appear to be strung up.
I would like to impale Black Gulch's head
Mm.
and then stick it into the ground.
I will help Harmony.
If somebody can help, yes, that would be nice.
I'll help her.
And then just as we're leaving and making our way out, I want to cast Speak with the Dead.
Okay.
But I'm not going to ask it any questions.
You're just gonna fucking leave it there?
So it stays there like,
What a punishment is
I
that?
don't know.
damn.
I don't know what it does, but
Is it gonna stay there until someone asks it like 5 questions?
That's fucked
It
up.
has to be the person that casts the spell that has to ask the questions, right?
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's gonna stay like that for 10 minutes, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so it
And-
traps his soul there for 10 minutes?
just so
You
it can see what we did to its
Nice.
village.
You
Holy
put
shit.
it off on the spike, and you cast Speak with Dead. And there's this. As the skull is just staring across at everything that it has seen.
That's fucking vicious.
And
Virgil's
just stare at Harmony
I
waiting
love
for
it.
her to do something.
yeah, Virgil's sickened by this and turns away and is ready to leave.
Wish I could do that.
She just smiles at the head and walks away.
Okay.
At this point, you begin moving further north.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Okay.
Yeah.
You begin moving.
Sorry, as we're walking, I want to say one thing to Virgil. I want like nod towards Harmony. Once you get to that point, then worry.
Virgil's shocked at that statement. He's like, oh, okay. Sure. I mean, that's solid advice. I guess I feel better. Yeah. Right on.
Have you guys ever burned before? I'm gonna sit there as I'm kind of like picking at
Dead skin.
burnt. Yeah,
Don't pick your
flesh.
scabs.
Don't do that. That's not good.
It hurt.
You don't want to get an infection.
I'll be
Aloe
fine.
vera will do you.
Um,
We gotta get moving though, so we should probably.
no,
Yeah.
you are all moving as you're
Okay.
talking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Hyde, you do notice there's movement behind you and around you. There are multiple creatures that at this moment seem to be flanking you.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker.
Can I get a better look at any of them, or like shape wise, or is it just like
They're
shadows?
too far off. It's just you're training in survival.
Yeah.
You can feign
What?
that there's something here.
What time is it?
Is it like
Is
nighttime?
It is nighttime.
I would let the group know, like, we might have a problem.
I just saw that
I'm
picture that
gonna-
you sent, Pierce.
Yeah.
I want to take the
Produce
sneak action.
flame. Can I do that?
You want to produce flame?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to like ward
Pretty
them
dark in
off.
here as you produce some flame. Is this just in your hand?
Yeah, I'll just have it like in my hands.
As you do, you see all around you, there are these hungry eyes completely surrounding you. 15 to 20.
Can I use that frightful presence when I'm not raging, or no?
No. At this point, a very large black direwolf steps out, flanked by gray and white wolves. They look starved and hungry. And the black wolf kind of like snorts towards Hyde, Harmony, and Asher.
Have I dealt with these giant wolves before? Like in my past, maybe? Knowing how to deal with them, if there's a way of getting out of this via combat?
You've dealt with similar variants before.
Oh,
This looks bleak given how exhausted you all are and how many of them there seem to be. Yet, something is different, very obviously, as this one speaks.
the fuck?
What?
And it just says, 30 days. And just kind of snarls. And with that, it barks to its side and they clear a path for you, just hungrily watching you, and almost like closing in, making like a little, like, elementary school soccer huddle that you run through around you of these hungry.
Walked into the ring 5. 30 days until you die.
Don't worry, you'll have your offering. Let's go.
Okay.
As I signal to the group.
With this, you begin moving, and the forest is getting less and less dense.
Oh.
Yet, the air around you is getting more cold. It's getting to a point where it's almost unbearable for some of you.
I try to keep the flame between everyone, hoping it helps.
We have blankets we can pass out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Take one from Harmony. I'd like to slip into the shadows.
Okay.
We should find a place to rest.
Is there a new place around that we can stop at?
I mean, you're in the forest. It doesn't seem at this moment to be that there's anything around you.
Okay, I'm gonna use my wild cunning to set up a camp for us.
Okay. You hear this chorus of whispers, and at one point what seems to be a giggling child, as these shadows are dashing around the forest, and trees are being felled, and at one point they're just like dragged together, and a campfire is created.
Towards the end of that, Harmony is going to go up to Ezra. All the little shadows are flitting around. I've been curious. I've seen you do this a few times. Are those children?
Unfortunately, all these lost souls, they come from different backgrounds, different ages, different deaths. Yes. Children have died here.
Do you carry these spirits with you?
No, not for these kinds of things. I call out to any lost souls around me, but they don't follow me. Only one did.
Sister.
Huh. Thank you for sating my curiosity. I sit down, warm my hands at the fire.
Okay. You all want to take a long rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I know anything else about this weapon that I have in my hand? Do I need to attune to it? Can I use it? Is it broken?
Do you want to inspect it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, I forgot about the hag soul bag I had. Shit.
What are you, Virgil, what are you doing with it?
Oh, I'm just kind of like looking through it, seeing how it's shaped. I noticed that it was on the
It's
the other
essentially
guy's
almost like a
hand.
glove.
Yeah, so I look at the runes. Do the runes read anything that I could tell that are visible?
All the like Aasimar runes have been destroyed.
Okay.
There
Like
appear to be demonic runes that have been etched over them.
Can I read the demonic runes?
It's more of an enchantment. It's not like a language that can be read.
Okay. I would like to see what happens when I put my light energy on it.
How are you doing that?
I'm not going to put it on my hand. I'm just going to put my hand on top of the would-be runes of demonic energy and just kind of feel it out with my light energy and see what happens.
As you do, it begins, you hear this ringing in your ears. It almost begins to hurt, and you instinctively pull away.
Okay, what happens when I put my hand in the glove?
You put your hand in the glove?
Yeah.
Kind of look it over.
Cursed.
Nothing? for a second, and then searing pain as something has pierced through your hand completely, breaking some of the bones in your hand,
Ooh.
God.
and warm blood very rapidly begins to gush down the affected arm.
Is it now impaled in my hand? I can't take it off.
Almost through and through, there are now these nails that are going through your hand.
So I can't take the glove off. I'm stuck in there.
If you attempt to pull it off, it's excruciatingly painful.
Okay. Can I cast Healing Word on my hand and see what happens?
Okay. You cast Healing Word, and the wounds close around the nails.
Shit.
No,
Do you
I'm
want me
stuck
to
with this.
try
It's on me. All
I'll
right.
look at Virgil. Do you want me to try to take it off?
Am I still in pain? Is it constant pain?
The pain is lessened, and you have this thought on the forefront of your head. It's odd, just a memory of slaying many of these angel folk that have wandered too far from their home. One of them, a very notable leader and warrior, and you now bear this as a trophy, paying homage to your demon prince by etching and enchanting profanities over the celestial runes.
Jesus Lord. Okay. Can I move my hand? Like, am I still able to move?
You can range your hand just fine.
I'm gonna leave it on my hand for right now.
Do you want me to try to identify it?
Sure. Yeah. I give you my hand.
I'll sit there for 10 minutes and concentrate on it.
Okay. Believe it or not, this weapon is cursed.
Oh shit.
Oh, the demonic runes didn't give it away?
The curse is actually celestial in nature. It's called Elysian Vengeance. Seemingly, the curse is kind of innate based on whatever angelic forces are kind of in response to the profaning of this item. So, Elysian Vengeance. While attuned, you cannot physically remove the Dawn Blade from your wrist. You are considered vulnerable to radiant damage, and you are considered a demon for the purposes of status effects and spells.
Holy
That's
not good.
It could
kind
be
of
good.
ironic.
But if he scourges, would he hurt himself?
He might hurt
Yeah,
himself,
do I hurt
yeah.
myself? With
But
the scourge?
as far as you know, you don't damage yourself with it, and you're resistant to radiant damage. So now it's just straight. So radiant damage does full damage to you. But it has elevated design, which gives you a +1 to attack and damage rolls with this magic weapon.
Okay.
Primordial interface. You gain the meta magic adept feat. If you already have this feat, you instead gain one additional meta magic option with no additional sorcery points.
Wait. Okay.
Ooh.
Hold on.
And finally, corrupted reserves. When you have depleted your sorcery points, you can spend hit die in lieu of sorcery points.
Oh shit.
If you have no hit dice left, you die.
Just flat out.
What's adept meta magic?
You already have that feat.
Oh.
It gives you more of the like twin spell and all that.
Which
fun
means
stuff.
because you already have the feat, you get one more meta magic.
Could I do the one with the bonus action casting?
Quicken spell?
Yeah.
Please?
You could take quicken spell, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, I'm dangerous. All right. Cool.
I gotta say, everybody here has a fucking like OP character. I think it's fantastic.
Can you add that to my character sheet?
I already did.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna read on it. Otherwise, I'll meditate like I normally do and try to get some rest.
Okay.
And I'll thank Ezra by bowing.
This has
the
no
attention.
long-term effects or anything that I could tell.
Well, what's funny is some cursed items, and you would know this, Ezra,
Yeah.
the full effects of them often are not revealed by simple identification spells.
Okay. Virgil, you have to be very careful with this. It could get stronger, and we don't know what it would do.
I will try to use it for the good of this world. And I put my hand on the runes and redeem what it has become.
Okay, good night.
While everybody's sleeping, I want to practice with that glaive.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get used to using a.
You're practicing with the glaive?
Yep, just practicing because I'm not used to using melee weapons or my claws and shit. So, the hammer's one thing. The hammer's
you
one
hear
thing.
outside the tent like a. Right?
I mean, Hyde, you are very proficient with martial weapons.
Yeah, but just getting used to it again, I just feel
Yeah.
like that'd be something that needed to be done.
You're kind of
Used to
swinging
throwing
it
things. Yeah.
into trees and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
use this weapon.
Harmony will ask actually if Hyde would train with her. If you want to spar, if you're fighting trees,
Absolutely.
she will ask to spar and maybe to learn a few things from Hyde.
Okay.
As I could learn from you.
How much time are you spending doing this?
As much as we can without disrupting our long rest. So probably at this point, like an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Harmony, go ahead and make a make an intelligence check.
Oh no. 3.
3. Okay. Now make contesting attack rolls.
Okay.
Hyde, presumably you're just using the mace.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna use the glaive.
Oh sure. Yeah. So
Right.
it's just strength
Yeah.
modifier and proficiency.
Okay, so 25.
14.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think I win.
So it's interesting. Hyde, you're sparring with Harmony. You've trained like younglings from your clan before. You've trained Asher in martial combat.
Mhm.
There are some fundamental things about stance and general fighting. You're kind of shocked, things that Harmony does not seem to grasp. Like there are certain points where like you're being nice, but like it seems like she does not know how to move her body in a way that is
Like complements the weapon, kind of.
or complements just basic
This-
survival.
Okay.
Yet there are periods of time where she has a strength that is way too much for sparring,
Yeah.
and it's just like this uncanny force that you're having a very hard time like offering any benefit to. Like she's obviously capable,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's almost like the weapon is calling the shots, and the weapon is like, as you're sparring, there are points where like she almost knocks you on your ass or almost actually like wounds you
Yeah.
because she has very little control.
Okay.
And also you're finding points where like she's leaving herself completely open.
Yeah.
And then like you'll go to exploit these openings and the weapon will just like bat your weapon out of the way in a way that you don't. It's like her style of
cool.
fighting just completely doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah.
So it's hard for you guys to train together
Okay.
because
Still fun.
it's almost like the rules of fighting don't seem to apply to her.
Yeah.
Playing different games.
Yeah,
Like
you're
if-
playing
like
different
if she
games.
went-
So
like
you're
if
trying
she
to
had- Like if she had left her back open, I went to like smack her with the stick. The sword just imposes.
exactly. It's
just
like
like-
she's moving in a way that cannot be predicted.
That's cool.
Moving like she has a
Yeah.
strength that is like way beyond her.
Yeah.
But she still has a lot of areas where she can get better.
Yeah.
So you try, but it's like you leave with like this thing of like we've got a lot of work to do
Uh-huh.
because there's a lot you can learn,
Yeah.
But then also you're like, but then again, maybe I don't know how the fuck your weapon works. So like,
Yeah.
you're obviously fine,
Yeah,
but like,
right.
you should learn more.
Okay.
After about an hour or so, in fact, I'd say you take one shot to the gut that just
Okay.
sort of like knocks one out of you, and you're like, okay, that's good for today. Let's call it there.
Yeah, we're good. Jesus.
Oh, that was fun. That was good. Tomorrow, right? Again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
You got some serious talent there, bud.
Okay.
Bud.
So,
Where's Fear at?
Fear,
He's
what are you doing?
sleeping.
Oh, Fear is out.
Well, only for a short while, because I don't need to sleep that much.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to wake her up. So as they're sparring, I'm just gonna be watching them, and I'm gonna ask. Dire wolves don't usually talk, right?
Not that I've ever seen.
Ding, ding, ding.
Beastmaster.
Like as we're fighting, like not really.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch as Hyde turns, kind of ponders a question, and says, "Not really." And as he does, you watch as Harmony's weapon. She's holding it to her side, yet somehow it drops on his foot without her meaning to.
Oh, God, fucking damn it.
Why do you
I
guys
mean-
think that Dire will talk to us? 30 days?
Beastmaster. We have 30
Yeah,
days
it's-
to complete our contracts.
Yep,
Oh
it's
shit!
the
I
pact
forgot.
we made.
You guys
I
made
don't-
this pact. Who did you guys make this pact with?
Some weird guy.
Yeah, it was my intention. I didn't think it through really, and everybody kind of followed. So I'll take the heat on this one.
Yeah, I guess
That's my
Di-
bad.
Are dire wolves beasts? Could have killed some of those dire wolves.
That's what I was thinking too, but being that it spoke, I'm wondering more if that was a conjuration of some sort.
Yeah, it's probably a real dire wolf.
Maybe.
I took it to be a spirit of the land.
Yeah.
Did we take it from or did you guys take it from the same people who we fought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ezra, you get the sense that
How many of us made pacts? 4 of us?
3 of you.
3.
Shit.
You get the sense that this was kind of a sneaky, kind of a dirty trick where this group of people would, for the price of like small magical trinkets, like trick travelers into making seemingly easy deals with a demon prince. The problem being that if they default on that deal, that their soul would then be forfeit to said demon prince.
Does
And if
that
they
include
died,
dying?
if they died that night, they would be unable to complete the contract. And presumably they would just take all the shit they gave them right back.
Is there
so
just
it's-
like they're just
They're just
farming
printing,
souls?
they're farming souls. You guys were never supposed to survive, so the contract, no matter, like, they could have given you anything, it wouldn't have mattered. Because they just take it back from your corpse.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
So I have that coin of constitution or whatever it is, right? There's some weird shit like that. I wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, we kind of fucked up with that one. I was just trying to give us an edge if we had to run.
I guess we should just keep that in mind. Do you guys know what happens if you don't fulfill it?
Really, it takes our soul or something. No big deal.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any punishment.
I don't know about that.
We'd probably just owe a demon of some sort.
The blacksmith did clarify that should you default on the contract, your soul would be forfeit to Baphomet.
Yeah.
He said almost in those exact words.
Okay.
What does that really mean, man?
Right.
Very true.
It means with our souls.
With this, the full moon beginning to wane, The night is within a couple hours. The night's going to be up. It's been a very long night. You guys are taking a long rest?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go into bed now.
definitely.
Okay. So you all begin taking a long rest. Fira, you would be up first.
I'll keep watch, I guess.
You're gonna keep watch. Okay. Make a perception check.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
So that's 29.
Damn.
Okay. As you're sitting by the fire, just kind of watching, is the fire out? The fire would be lit, because otherwise you'd be freezing.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
lit.
Okay.
And they stays lit, I think, with the wild.
You begin hearing shuffled footsteps moving towards you, as there is a kind of small, cloaked individual that begins walking towards you.
I wake whoever's the closest up next to me.
That would be Virgil.
Oh.
You go to wake Virgil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am now awake and I see this cloaked figure.
He goes and kind of just ignores you, sits at the fire, and holds two furry paws out in front of the flames.
I silently go and sit on the opposite end and look at him through the flames. Is it still is it morning or is it night?
It's still night. I'd say it's very early morning, like 5 a.m.
Oh, good
I'm holding on
morning.
to my staff.
I'll look at him and say, good morning to you. And I do a little bow.
And in kind of a purr, he says, "Are you one who rabbles, or do you fear the rabbler?"
I've answered this before, I think. I look to him and I say, I protect those who would be rabbled. Good sir.
With that, he kind of just goes silent and is once again warming his hands at the fire.
Who the hell asked me that one time? What's his name? I don't... Okay, I'll ask again. Have we met before?
He speaks once again. Do you speak the whisper of the fleeting trickster?
No. Can't think of anything to say, really.
He once again just goes quiet.
Would you remove your hood so that I may see your face?
The hood goes back, and you see kind of a grizzled-looking tabaxi. Rings all over his ears, through his nose, under the eye, like into the cheekbone.
Was it the goblin, whatever, who asked me that? No?
It was.
It was, huh?
It was.
Okay. Do you worship the traveler?
With that, he just looks at you intently. And he just says, "Thank you for your hospitality." And he stands up and says, "One final riddle. I have many tails, one head. What am I?"
Bro, I'm bad at riddles in real life. I can't.
As you look at him blankly, he seemingly gets a little frustrated. He moves a little closer to you and just says, "Many tails, no arms, no legs, one head. What am I?"
I look at him very, very serious. And I lean in close. And hopefully he's okay with me leaning in to give him the answer. I lean in and say, "Can I have a hint?" And I lean back out.
He just kind of, his eyes narrow. And he just says, "It can be a gift of peace. It can be the cause of many a danger. But it cannot buy you the company of a wayfaring stranger." What am I?
A coin?
With that, he takes this little box and just looks at you, and he pulls out this box. And his eyes begin to glow with this blue glimmer. And he kind of begins to vibrate and shake, and his head almost begins to like... And
It was a guess.
with that, there's almost this like almost mechanical whirring and whining sound coming from it, as this is like arcane energy begins to pulse. And it winds and winds and winds to a point where there's just complete silence. And for a second, you feel like time itself freezes, and it's just you and him. And with that, all he says is, "Beware the gifts of the traveler." And he vanishes. The box crashes to the ground. The top opens, and this box of gems and coins falls to the floor.
Was I right?
It appears so.
DM to me, was I right?
I can't say.
Dang it.
It appears so.
Don't
Okay, so
touch
now
that.
Fear. Okay, it's just Fear and I looking at this right now.
Yeah.
I am going to. Is the ground soft enough that I can dig a hole?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig a hole. And looking at Fear to see if she wants me to stop or not, but I'm gonna push the coins and gems in the hole. And then
I don't say anything. I'm just like confused.
And then I'm gonna cover it back up and move the log over the hole and sit down on the log and enjoy the fire.
Okay. So that
Okay.
the rest of your party finishes a long rest. Virgil and Fear are already up. What do you do with the box?
It's in the ground.
Okay.
It's in the ground with the jewels.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I buried everything.
Right.
Like a goddamn pirate? You fucking.
So you
They'll never get me Lucky Charms.
all wake up, and the day is yours. What do you wish to do?
Wondering if the many arms, many tails thing was a displacer beast.
I'll tell you right now, Eddie, I would not have guessed that.
No tails. Or sorry, it said many tails, no
Yeah.
arms, and no legs.
Oh,
One head.
gotcha.
I don't know why it would be coin.
As a coin has two sides, of heads and the tails.
Yeah,
And
but
you
it only
can-
had one tail, right? Was it tails?
Yeah.
And
Legends.
sometimes used as a peace offering.
And then he said he couldn't buy anything from the traveler, but it could sometimes give peace, other times not. Money can do both things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna mark the log with my sword. So I can mark them.
Yeah. All right. Come on back.
And
That's the one.
I'll let everyone know what happened.
Okay. Kira spills the beans.
Why did you bury it?
Instinctually, I beware the gifts of the traveler.
That cat man's not the traveler.
He was a follower.
As a note, Ezra, you would automatically know. It's like, that's weird. It's really fucking weird, but it's kind of like the kind of things that followers of the Traveler would do. So they would spend like a month to go out to the middle of God fucking nowhere, find like the first person they could find, and essentially say, I'm going to find them, I'm going to give them a riddle, and if they get it, I'm going to give them a month's wages. If not, I'm going to go home. And that's kind of how they worship the Traveler.
I'm kind of glad they gave me a hint.
I think we'll be okay taking the box then.
No.
That, of course, is your choice, Ezra. I will not touch it. I have never been one to give her wealth anyway.
I start digging it up.
Yeah, I desire wealth.
Okay.
Oh,
Want to inspect what's in it?
I don't like that. I don't. Okay, hold on. I take out a bottle of holy water and I
Like-
splash it on them,
Okay.
and I cast protection against good and evil
Okay.
on Ezra.
Okay. You cast a spell on Ezra. Ezra, you dump the box out.
Yeah.
Okay. You find very finely cut gems that are all about the same size. You find an emerald, a piece of quartz, a white opal, a piece of obsidian, a piece of black opal, a diamond worth about $300, and what looks like, you would only know this because you're an alchemist. This is a piece of meteorite.
Piece of meteorite.
Yeah.
And that can be used in alchemy?
Yes, it can.
Huh. Do I know any recipes for that?
Make an alchemy check. You wouldn't know the recipes, but you might be able to ascertain some idea as to the capabilities of what this could do.
Okay, what am I adding to it?
Intelligence proficiency.
20. Non-natural
Okay.
20.
You know of... Oh my god, I'm on the same thing. Okay. You know of two possible things that this could do. You have heard tales of certain crazy alchemists extracting pieces of meteorite. And you've heard the term, albeit an unofficial kind of academic one, being thrown around as being aberrant aspect.
Okay.
You've heard of a sort of substance called eldritch blood, which, when inflicted on someone, it kind of muddles their mind.
Okay.
You've also heard rumors that this is how the College of Circia makes a truth serum.
Okay. All right.
That's all you could ascertain with that check.
I'm gonna take the diamond and the meteorite.
There are also a variety of random coins that you don't know if they have any intrinsic value, but they're gold, silver, platinum. just a collection of coins. If you found the right collector, they might be worth something, but other than that, it's just really worth the raw material that it is.
Yeah.
I'll put them on the desk.
Yeah, I'm only really interested in the diamond and the meteorite. I'll kind of leave everything else for anyone else who wants it.
Okay.
Put the rest of it in the disc.
Hey, I was
think we
gonna
should
say,
take
take
as little as
coins.
possible.
Hmm?
Oh.
What'd you say?
I said I think we should take as little as possible. I don't know
Why?
about... Well, somebody comes in the middle of the night, hands you a box of gems after asking you a riddle, and then says, beware of gifts. Maybe you should beware of the gift they just handed you.
Oh, did you say beware
He
of the
says
gift?
beware of gifts of the traveler.
As a follower of the traveler who
Okay.
is imparting a gift. You know what? It's just my 2 cents, but you know.
Well, I'm already a gift to the traveler, so if anyone should take the risk, it should be me. Because I'm already...
Virgil's just
Beware.
looking at all of you and seeing how you react to the prospect of money from the traveler.
It's like the
Just staring at the
it's like the
meteorite.
ring from the Lord of the Rings, and the council where they all start arguing.
Yeah.
saying, I'm already traveler.
I will take the gems to Mordor.
I don't even know that far.
Okay, so you're putting the rest in the disc.
Mm-hmm.
What? How much was it? What was it? Sorry.
All right, someone write this down. One of each. One emerald, one quartz, one white opal, one black opal, one obsidian, the diamond, and the meteorite.
How do you spell
Other than that-
obsidian?
Other than that, there is Obsidian. Other than that, there is 3 golden coins that look impeccably beautiful. And all 3 of them seem to have what look like an etching of the traveler on them. There is a platinum coin that looks like it has some like distant Imperium figure on it, and a few silver and copper coins that look like they're pretty ancient, but the gold coins are pristine.
How many silver and copper?
2 of each.
Okay. I just
Okay.
wanted the meteorite.
Okay, what are you all doing?
I am just going to solemnly follow the party wherever they're going, which I'm assuming is north.
Onward.
How many gold coins was it? Sorry.
3 gold coins. The gold coins have the inscription of the traveler. The platinum one looks like it's from the Imperium, and the silver and copper ones look just
Ancient.
Virgil also ponders for a moment and recognizes the hypocrisy of looking and judging people taking money from a traveler when I have a demon glove on. So he's all good with everything. He's fine. He's
I'm not giving advice after I just took a deal with a
we're all
demon or whatever.
no one's
Yeah.
perfect in this party
Yeah.
here. Harmony just put a head on a stake and tried to make it talk and be
that's,
punished.
That's just a matter of ethics. The other one is a matter of getting yourself in trouble. One has
Okay.
consequences, one really doesn't.
Well,
Well,
I would
Remember that,
argue
man.
consequences on the soul, man. But who am I? Anyhow,
You'll get it once you've died.
onward. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna have to call it, you guys. I gotta work in the morning.
Yeah, I think we're near the session anyway. but-
Yeah, we're at a good spot where we can stop, I think.
Okay. We will end it here.
That was fun, man. I cannot believe we made it through that. Nice save on that one. Fuck.